7 worst foods that feed cancer cells that you eat daily. According to the American Cancer Society, cancer cases are expected to rise to 35 million worldwide by 2025. Some of the foods that you eat every single day could be helping cancer cells thrive in your body. It's a scary thought, but the truth is that many common foods we consume without a second thought could be fueling the very diseases we fear the most. In this video, I will tell you about 7 of the worst foods that feed cancer cells, foods you might be eating daily without knowing their risks. Remember, I'm not here to replace professional advice. Always consult a healthcare provider for personal guidance. And stay tuned until the end, because I'll also share 5 amazing foods that may help beat cancer. Now, let's get started. 1. Processed meats. Processed meats, such as bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats, are widely consumed for their taste and convenience, but they come with significant health risks, particularly when it comes to cancer. The major culprit in processed meats is the use of nitrates and nitrites. These chemical preservatives are added to extend shelf life and improve the appearance of the meat, giving it that fresh, pink hue we associate with quality. However, when these compounds are exposed to high heat during cooking or interact with stomach acid during digestion, they convert into carcinogenic compounds. These compounds have a direct impact on cellular DNA, causing mutations that interfere with the body's natural cell repair mechanisms. Over time, these mutations accumulate, providing fertile ground for cancer cells to develop and proliferate. Furthermore, the sodium content in processed meats often goes unnoticed but plays a critical role in cancer risk. High sodium levels do more than just raise your blood pressure. They irritate and damage the protective lining of the stomach over time, leading to chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is not just uncomfortable, it creates an environment where cancer thrives. Specifically, this inflammation may lead to the production of reactive oxygen species, which further damage cells and promote tumor growth. Stomach cancer is one of the most commonly linked cancers to high sodium intake, making this a significant concern for those consuming processed meats regularly. Another often overlooked factor is the high level of saturated fats found in processed meats. While fats are essential in moderation, the type and quantity found in these meats may lead to systemic issues. Saturated fats are closely tied to obesity, a condition that significantly increases cancer risk. Obesity elevates levels of insulin and insulin-like growth factor, both of which are known to fuel cancer cell growth. Moreover, the presence of excess fat tissue often leads to hormonal imbalances, such as increased estrogen production, which may further promote the development and spread of certain cancers, including breast and colorectal cancers. MDPI reports that rising red and processed meat consumption provides key nutrients but introduces compounds linked to cancer. Processed meat is classified as carcinogenic. 2. Fried foods. Fried foods are undeniably tempting, crispy, golden, and packed with flavor. But behind that satisfying crunch lies a hidden danger. It creates a perfect environment for cancer cells to thrive. When you fry foods, especially at high temperatures, a chemical called acrylamide is formed. This compound develops in starchy foods, like potatoes, when they're cooked at temperatures above 248 degrees Fahrenheit. Acrylamide is classified as a probable carcinogen. Once acrylamide enters your body, it may interfere with your DNA, causing mutations that lead to uncontrolled cell growth. This isn't something your body may easily fix if you're exposing yourself to it every single day with fried snacks, fries, or chips. Another issue with fried foods is the use of reused cooking oils, which is common in fast food or restaurants. When oils are heated repeatedly, they degrade and produce harmful substances called lipid oxidation products. These compounds may trigger inflammation and oxidative stress in your body. Chronic inflammation is one of cancer's best allies, as it weakens your immune system and promotes the growth of abnormal cells. Then there's the high fat content, particularly trans fats, which are often present in fried foods. Trans fats disrupt your body's natural processes by increasing bad cholesterol and lowering good cholesterol. But the real concern here is how they fuel cancer indirectly. Trans fats contribute to obesity, which is strongly linked to several types of cancer, including breast and colon cancer. Obesity raises insulin levels and causes hormonal imbalances, both of which create a fertile environment for cancer cells to grow and spread. A PubMed meta-analysis reveals a significant link between fried food consumption and increased gastric cancer risk. Including 18 studies with over 76,000 participants, the analysis showed a 52% higher risk overall, affecting both East Asians and non-East Asians. These findings suggest reducing fried food intake could help lower gastric cancer risk globally. 3. Sugary beverages. Sugary beverages, like sodas, energy drinks, and sweetened teas, are more than just empty calories. They create conditions inside your body that allow cancer cells to grow and thrive. Sugary beverages flood your bloodstream with high levels of glucose and fructose, which cancer cells love. Unlike normal cells, cancer cells have an insatiable appetite for sugar. They rely on it to fuel their rapid growth. The excess sugar from these drinks spikes your blood sugar levels and forces your body to produce more insulin, a hormone that helps regulate glucose. High insulin levels may promote the growth of tumors by activating pathways that encourage cell division. Essentially, every time you drink a sugary beverage, you're providing cancer cells with the energy they need to multiply. Another danger comes from the way sugary drinks lead to chronic inflammation. Over time, excessive sugar intake causes your body to produce higher levels of inflammatory markers. Inflammation weakens your immune system and damages healthy cells, creating an environment where cancer may thrive. This ongoing damage makes it easier for precancerous cells to develop into full-blown cancer. It's like setting the stage for cancer to take center stage in your body, one can of soda at a time. Sugary beverages also contribute significantly to obesity, which is a major risk factor for cancer. The high-calorie content in these drinks adds up quickly, often leading to weight gain. Obesity doesn't just affect your appearance, it changes the way your body works internally. Fat cells release hormones like estrogen and inflammatory cytokines, both of which fuel cancer cell growth. Obesity also raises insulin levels, creating a cycle where your body is primed to support cancer development. A PubMed study on 934,777 participants found that consuming more than 2 sugar-sweetened beverages daily was linked to higher mortality from colorectal and kidney cancers, even after adjusting for BMI. Artificially sweetened beverages were associated with increased pancreatic cancer risk, independent of BMI. 4. Alcohol. Whether it's a glass of wine, a beer, or a cocktail, drinking alcohol daily does more than harm your liver. It impacts your body at the cellular level, feeding cancer cells in ways that might surprise you. The first major issue with alcohol is that it gets converted into a toxic compound called acetaldehyde during metabolism. Acetaldehyde is classified as a carcinogen because of the way it damages DNA and interferes with the body's ability to repair those damages. DNA is like the blueprint for your cells, and when it's damaged, it may lead to mutations that cause cells to grow uncontrollably, exactly what cancer thrives on. Drinking alcohol regularly exposes your body to this toxin over and over again, essentially giving cancer cells the opportunity to multiply unchecked. Moreover, alcohol feeds cancer cells by increasing levels of estrogen, especially in women. Estrogen is a hormone that regulates many functions in the body, but too much of it may stimulate the growth of hormone-sensitive cancers like breast cancer. Alcohol disrupts your body's natural hormone balance by affecting the liver, which is responsible for breaking down excess estrogen. With the liver's efficiency reduced, estrogen levels rise, creating a hormonal environment that encourages cancer cells to grow faster and stronger. Alcohol also contributes to chronic inflammation, a condition that sets the stage for cancer development. When your body metabolizes alcohol, it creates reactive oxygen species, which are unstable molecules that damage cells and tissues. This damage triggers inflammation as your body tries to repair itself, but prolonged inflammation actually weakens your immune system. A compromised immune system can't effectively detect or destroy cancer cells, opening the door for cancer to take hold. According to Alcohol Research and Health, alcohol consumption significantly increases the risk of cancers in the oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, larynx, stomach, colon, rectum, liver, breast, and ovaries. Combined with tobacco use, the risk for upper digestive and respiratory tract cancers is further elevated. 5. Highly processed foods. Highly processed foods, like packaged snacks, frozen meals, and sugary cereals, are loaded with artificial additives, unhealthy fats, and sugars that disrupt the body's natural balance, making it easier for cancer cells to grow. One of the biggest concerns with highly processed foods is the presence of artificial preservatives and additives, which are designed to make these products last longer on the shelves. While they might seem harmless, some of these additives, like nitrates and certain emulsifiers, may disrupt the gut microbiome, which is essential for maintaining a strong immune system. A damaged gut allows harmful bacteria to thrive, triggering chronic inflammation. This inflammation weakens your body's ability to fight off abnormal cell growth, giving cancer cells the chance to develop and spread. Another harmful element in highly processed foods is the use of refined sugars and carbohydrates. These ingredients are rapidly digested, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar and insulin levels. Cancer cells rely heavily on sugar for energy, and high insulin levels act like fuel for their growth. Insulin also activates pathways that encourage the division of cells, including cancerous ones. If you're eating highly processed foods every day, your body is essentially feeding these cells the energy they need to grow unchecked. Highly processed foods are also loaded with trans fats and unhealthy oils, which are used to enhance flavor and texture. These fats go beyond contributing to obesity. They promote systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, two key drivers of cancer. Inflammation caused by trans fats damages healthy cells and creates an environment where cancer cells may thrive. At the same time, oxidative stress leads to the production of free radicals, which attack DNA and interfere with the body's repair mechanisms. This combination of damage and impaired repair processes significantly increases the risk of cancer over time. A PubMed meta-analysis found a significant association between ultra-processed food consumption and increased cancer risk. A 10% increase in this diet raised overall cancer risk by 13% and breast cancer risk by 11%. 6. Charred meats. Charred meat forms heterocyclic amines when it is cooked at high temperatures. These compounds form when the proteins in meat react with heat, especially during prolonged cooking or charring. Once consumed, it may damage your DNA by interfering with the cell replication process. Damaged DNA increases the likelihood of mutations, which may lead to uncontrolled cell growth, exactly what cancer thrives on. Regularly consuming charred meat means you're continuously introducing these DNA-damaging compounds into your body, creating fertile ground for cancer cells to grow. Charred meat is also associated with increased levels of advanced glycation end products, which form during high-temperature cooking methods like grilling, frying, or broiling. These products contribute to systemic inflammation, which weakens your body's immune defenses and creates an environment where cancer cells may thrive. Chronic inflammation doesn't just harm your healthy cells, it actively promotes tumor growth by disrupting normal cellular signaling and repair mechanisms. If charred meat is a regular part of your diet, this constant state of inflammation becomes a significant risk factor for cancer development. A PubMed case control study found that well-done or very well-done meat posed a 29% higher risk per 10 grams per day compared to 10% for rare or medium-cooked meat. 7. Salt-preserved foods. Salt-preserved foods, like pickled vegetables, salted fish, and cured meats, may seem harmless or even traditional in many diets, but they carry hidden dangers that may silently fuel cancer cells. It lies in their ability to damage the mucosal lining of the stomach. The high salt concentration irritates and erodes the protective layer of the stomach, exposing the underlying tissues to harm. This damage weakens your stomach's natural defenses against harmful substances. It makes us more vulnerable to carcinogenic compounds, which are commonly found in salt-preserved foods. Over time, this irritation leads to chronic inflammation, setting the stage for precancerous changes and eventually increasing the risk of stomach cancer. Apart from that, Salt-preserved foods have their role in promoting Helicobacter pylori infections. H. pylori is a bacterium strongly linked to stomach cancer, and high salt intake enhances its ability to colonize and damage the stomach lining. Salt not only creates an environment where H. pylori thrive, but also amplifies the harmful effects of the infection. This combination of bacterial damage and inflammation further increases the likelihood of cancerous changes in stomach cells. PubMed highlights a strong link between high salt intake and gastric cancer, exacerbated by Helicobacter pylori infection. Reducing salt and salted food consumption is a key preventive strategy. Salt-preserved foods also contain nitrites and nitrates, especially in cured and pickled products, which may convert into N-nitroso compounds during digestion. These compounds are well-known carcinogens that may damage your DNA, impair cell repair mechanisms, and promote tumor growth. When consumed regularly, the cumulative effect of these carcinogens overwhelms your body's ability to detoxify and repair itself. This makes daily consumption of salt-preserved foods a continuous threat, quietly fueling cancer cells over time. Moving on, let's discuss the 5 incredible foods that help beat cancer naturally. When it comes to fighting cancer, what you eat may make a huge difference. I've always believed that food is one of the most powerful tools we have for protecting our bodies, and I want to share with you 5 incredible foods that not only help prevent cancer, but also actively fight against it. 1. Cruciferous vegetables. These veggies are packed with sulforaphane, a compound that targets cancer cells while leaving healthy cells untouched. They also boost your body's natural detoxification processes, flushing out harmful toxins that could lead to cancer. Add 1 to 2 cups of cooked cruciferous vegetables per day to your diet to protect your health. 2. Berries. Rich in antioxidants like anthocyanins, berries protect your DNA from damage while reducing inflammation. Their natural compounds slow down the growth of cancer cells and even prevent the formation of tumors in studies. 1 cup of fresh or frozen berries per day is all you need to keep yourself safe from dangerous health conditions. 3. Turmeric. This golden spice contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. Curcumin disrupts cancer cell growth and encourages apoptosis, a process where cancer cells self-destruct without harming healthy tissues. Consume 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric every day, with a pinch of black pepper for better absorption. 4. Garlic. Garlic's sulfur compounds, like allicin, enhance your immune system and block the formation of nitrosamines, cancer-causing compounds. It's particularly effective in reducing the risk of stomach, colon, and esophageal cancers. 1 to 2 cloves of fresh garlic, minced and consumed raw or lightly cooked rigorously to fight off cancer. 5. Green tea. Loaded with catechins, green tea is a natural cancer fighter that inhibits cell damage and slows tumor growth. Drinking it daily may help reduce the risk of several cancers, including breast and prostate cancer. 2 to 3 cups of freshly brewed green tea per day will be the best to get these benefits. By being mindful of what you eat, you may take a big step in reducing your cancer risk. Choose more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins while cutting back on the harmful foods I mentioned earlier. These small but powerful changes may make a huge difference in your health. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to protect your body and build a stronger, healthier you. Take charge of your choices today. Today we learned about all the worst foods that feed cancer cells. But there are many other aspects of our health that are equally interesting. Want to find out more? Watch 10 early warning signs of osteoporosis. Or watch 12 healthiest breads you should be eating. You may watch either or both of them. Do you know any other foods that feed cancer cells? Let us know in the comments section below.